Alright, welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4, Millennium Dawn modded playthrough of North Korea. We are kind of getting our economy settled after acquiring 3 times more than the 3 times larger population we acquired the last time, so that means our population should be around 9 times bigger than when we started our conquest. So yeah, I think we had, if I remember right, I think we had something like 27 million people or 17. I don't know. But in any case, we are now in an economic boom. Our economy is growing super quickly, and we have a fair number of factories with a very large number of them going to taxes. And our tax cost is insane. I am going to switch us out of large military spending. I don't feel it's necessary. So if you check, oh wow, our GDP per capita dropped by 20,000. All right. So new agent locations. Thailand, Korea, and Japan probably, or China. I do need to work on our intelligence agency. I just realized I haven't upgraded this in forever. Yeah, so let's work on special forces to make them even stronger. Assault cannons. Yeah, so we'll just go ahead and finish our vehicle research up. I am going to get Pacific Command's. Ooh. Get our autonomy first. Are they guaranteed? They are not. They do have F-18s though. But they don't have and F-35s. And they do have like 600 F-35s. Lightning A's and just some random multi-role. They have a huge navy compared to us, I think. I'd have to look at our navy again. Oh my god, they have no military. What? Where is she? Is she in Japan? She's not going to Japan. She's getting moved to Australia. Precious metals, light metals. Precious metals, light metals, and oil. I'm sorry to all the Australians. Y'all are a very enticing country to go to war with right now. it's it's fundamentally, what are we dealing with navy wise? We got a bunch of new boats. Oh man, going I'm going to say we do this. Because how much naval dominance? 298. See, we can have naval dominance here. And here. Yeah, right here. Then I can make the headquarters like here or something, or here. I just don't think Australia has that big of a military. And I'm going to take advantage of that if it's an open option for expansion right now. Yeah, since we're not going to be able to take Singapore, I'm just going to go for Australia. We'll see how we do against advanced fighters. Because the advanced fighters is going to kind of determine what happens with Japan and South Korea. Because they're going to have the best equipment, I bet. Yeah, they have the best gear already. F-35s. Yeah, so Australia is going to be a good kind of litmus test about how this is going to go. They've got too much equipment from the US. Multiple thousands of IFVs and APCs. Yeah, so we'll use the Australia conflict to judge where we stand as an organization and a military. And I'm going to go ahead and drop our spending. What is our expected spending at? It's anywhere between. But I need 300 political power, so I'm going to drop it by 1 click for now. See how much money that is. I think we're fine. Sub detection. Honestly, nuclear reactors. I need surface nuclear reactors. Yeah, and we're building power plants. Go ahead and get another enrichment facility going. We do have recruits, but definitely not enough recruits. So let's get some regular infantry. And we're just going to make these in squads of 4, and I'm just going to infinitely make them. For now. I don't know how many I actually want. But we're going to need troops. Alright, so Pacific Command, Marine Command. Yeah, I don't really have a lot of units left alive. The people that are alive did get medals, though. They sure did. Alright, so where do I want to forward deploy from? Probably right here. I'm gonna go ahead and set everyone up in this region. And on... yeah. So what my plan is right now, since Singapore is covered and Malaysia by the East faction, is we can still go for, and I think Myanmar is also covered by someone. India and China. Yeah, so we can go for Thailand as well. I don't have the political power, but we will. So I think my goal, right? Naval invasion from, I'm going to build a port and some infrastructure here. We're going to go naval invasion to this port. I'm going to use all these air bases effectively so like this whole line is going to be fighters, air superiority fighters right here or here, I guess. This is closer to an existing port, so I won't have to upgrade anything. So scratch that one. Can I delete? Not doing that. All right. Yeah, but this airbase, once we get it upgraded, is going to be for heavy lift and paratroops. And then I'll have resupply from somewhere else. But anyway, let's pull fighters down to the front. See how many we have. So this is MiGs. So that's 200. Here's 150 more. That's close air support, so that's another 50. We got 450 and 50. Yeah, so I can send them here. Okay. Get industry weapons on that. We're gonna have to trade for fuel. We're losing fuel because of the aircraft. Pretty sure it's the aircraft. I don't know for certain though. Definitely need to build. So let's look at options here. Factories. You can throw some here on the front lines. And then these are all air bases we're gonna need. Right there. All right. So naval base, we have huge problems with this. Definitely right here is gonna need one. And here. That should give us access to both waters, but I don't know if it will. Definitely want one by this river. And a naval base here should give us access to 3 bodies of water. Alright, let me see where these airfields are. So we have an airfield here. Let's get a naval base as well. I don't know if this is apparently not a size 10, so let's bump it up. Guess that's in Timor-Leste or Leste. Go ahead and bump that up. That'll help. All right. We can go ahead and start doing resource extraction. I think that we're pretty comfortable doing that now. I can go ahead and start clicking again. Don't even have to combat foreign influence. That's awesome. How you know you've moved up in the world. Oh, I need to invest. India wants a ton of nuclear power. So they're going to get all the nuclear power they possibly could want. We invest as much money as we can. Let's see what our income switches to. Yeah, we're getting almost 10 billion in investments. Our unemployment is 61%, which is insanely high. Not a good thing. Yeah, the darker side of starting out as a small country is when you take over a much larger country, can you support the economy? Yeah, like if I took the... Yeah, I am going to unify the peninsula pretty quick here, though. Alright, so let's go ahead and get these guys into position. Alright, I do want to launch from here. Alright, so we got heavy lift wing, air superiority, another 100. So we got 500 there, 500 there. So that's 1,000 air superiority fighters between 3rd and 4th gen that we can field. Okay. Heavy lift. We do have the cruise missile, or not cruise, but do have these really old air regiments I may get rid of. Yeah, these are some more... All the older fighters. Those are all 3rd gens. Alright, so we can put another... a large amount of planes here. Let's get our cargo planes. What? Oh, are the 10,000 planes what I looted? They might be what I looted. Yeah, what's their range? Like 3,000 kilometers versus 6 for these. Yeah, so I do need to make... Our heavy lift production needs to go up. Whatever it is, that needs to be higher. Maybe not that high. We're short on light metals. Bump it to 4 though. Maybe not. Yeah, I do have resource shortages. Crazy bad resource problems. No, trade, that's what I want. Having to trade for fuel, which is lowering our factory count. I mean, just trade 1. 2 there. Well, let's cancel that. They're not even giving us what they said they would. Thank you, Russia, for absolutely not helping us out. Alright, so how's that working for us? We do have a surplus. Bump that up. Now the surplus is gone, though we have plenty of rubber, plenty of tech metals. That is not our problem this playthrough. Actually, some of the more, what I usually consider as staple resources. Alright, so we have 32 airborne units. I can get rid of, yeah, I can get rid of suppressed subjects. Perfect, perfect. Alright. The Aussies are unfortunately about to have a D-Day-like incident occur. Okay, so we'll go with charismatic. That's general's traits. I guess he's ready to be promoted. Yeah, so we want a lieutenant general probably with entrenchment or nothing. So this guy. Yeah. All right. Oh, did I put them all on the wrong island? Problem solved. All right, so I'm gonna let it play out a little bit slower while I'm getting this done. Nope. Let's go ahead and do this too. And delete all orders. All right. I don't know if this unit has a name. this airborne like army group, but it should. There are forward operators for a reason. All right, national focus. Kamikaze production costs, drone production costs negligible. It's pretty good. Let's go ahead. We're going to use these to take all the lands around the port we need. I can land across this river. That's huge. Yeah, we just need one port. And we're fine. Totally fine. All right, division health. Yeah, these guys are all heroes. They're all getting promoted. How many? Does that have their kill counts? Oh, yeah, it does. How many they've lost, how many units they've lost. Not how many they've taken out. That's a very important distinction, I guess. Foot infantry. Gonna go ahead and add this to Oriental Command. We'll give them just a regular commander with no bonuses. And we're going to take the 5 here. All 5 of them are going to go for the port facility. And then all 17 of these. I want to take this airfield. All right, yeah, so that would be kind of the forward deployment. It looks like everything except there's one more tile around, which is right here. Okay. Then I would want to connect these fronts. So the connection would be right here. And preferably on this supply line. I need one more there. Then this region we'll basically get an encirclement on. I'm gonna send 5 for the airfield. And then that leaves 3 more. And we can use these for forward deployments. So we'll get these last paradroppers or paratroops in position. Okay. Naval invasion plans are going to determine. All right, so we got ships with no patrol routes, right? Yep. So I need naval bases built. Let's go ahead and jump up the naval bases we need. Yeah, so I want to move a lot of these ships to a naval yard somewhere over here. We'll figure that out in a minute. Go ahead and get everything building. Ooh. All right. So special operations. We're going to send 2 of them into that force and 2 of them into that army. And we'll move 2 of these units out. I'm going to readjust this. All right. Let's see what our unit counts kind of start looking like. We just want to match. We don't really want to exceed what they have yet. All right, so we're getting Cold War turbine engines, more modern stuff as well. Oh, we don't need that. All right, so we got mass drone production. This just is cheaper. I mean, we get air superiority or multi-role fighter bonuses. So I guess we'll go air superiority. See where that applies. All right, so we got radar systems built. These need to be built. Coastal forts could be built. That would help. Some stuff. Shore-ad sites. Air bases. Radars are built. Strategic fuel. I guess we could put that. Doesn't really help. This is more of a overall help thing. Missile launch sites. I could put SAMs. But I don't think I have any production right now. Naval Yard. Honestly, right there. And offices. Let's go ahead and bump all this with offices. Uh-oh. Kind of lagged. Okay. Yeah, we have all the future looking guns. That's cool. All right, we need to look at our designs real quick. We can update the chem. We can get the chem 2. A1. And we'll call this the chem 2. And we're just going to go ahead and upgrade every module. And we'll save that. Chinese or Russian military assistance. What does this give us? Joint projects. And this gives us light aircraft research bonus. I mean, I guess that helps. We don't have that researched yet. This really gives us an actual... I guess we see what happens. All right, we're going to set the mission parameters. 450 there. 50 there. Everybody's on air superiority flights. All 500 there. Ooh, do we really have that many fighters? That's actually pretty cool if that's how many fighters we actually have. And then... Oh, yep. We can add another 500 right here. Yep. And we'll just run that like that. And then I can backline. I guess I'll add another 500. Since we have plenty. We'll use these as air support. Okay, so our air setup is fine. I think that'll be good for our initial invasion. We're looking more like a modern military. Oh, so we got free aircraft research? What? Didn't know that was a thing. That's pretty cool. All right, so we do have the naval bases built. You can see them size 7s. This is already a 10 now. And we are getting supply down here. That's another thing I need to look at. What size is that? I figured that wasn't the right. Yeah, let's get this all upgraded. We're not going to be able to ship out as much supply as we possibly need to without these all upgraded. Really wasn't concerned about this. Because it's actually pretty irrelevant to our initial starting situation. But it is very relevant here. All right, so let's get rail lines fixed. And that'll give us some good supply from a protected naval yard. Ooh, and I'm out of time. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and check the ledger here. I'll keep that running. This is give us a check where we're at overall. We're at 48 trillion in GDP. We've now passed Russia. And we are fast approaching the US, actually. Oh. That's probably not everything everyone wants to see. Territory-wise, nothing's really going to have changed. We just annexed a few. Industry-wise, this is probably pretty important. Yeah, so we're behind Russia in industry for now. But we have so many factories and naval yards that we just don't have resources for. Ships. Not that many ships. We're not even... Oh, wait. Never mind. We have 201 somehow. Air Force manpower. Guess we're moving up there as far as how big our Air Force is as well. Nuclear bombs. Nobody has any nuclear bombs. That's pretty wild. We're barely on the nuclear reactor list. Army. I guess you look at battalions alone, pretty big, but actual manpower, we are fielding, what is that, 3.5 million? So a pretty large army. And then if you look at our logistics, we have some pretty large surpluses. We've got so many third-gen heavy lift aircraft from taking out Indonesia. That's crazy. It's actually insane. 10,000 is wild. We need more armored personnel carriers. We do not even have as many as South Korea. Let alone of the latest module or model. Yeah, so we only have 33 of the latest model that we've made. About 1,000 or so of the older one. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and stop this here. Thanks for watching. Y'all have a good one.